Keith with Cooking with Keith at Valeria Restaurant in Bernie, Texas. Today we're going to be doing a classic home family style meal, meat stuffed vegetables, and you will be amazed at what a crowd pleasing dish this is. I've always had a problem with my two children when they were younger getting them to eat enough vegetables. I guarantee you if you do it this way and they eat meat, you're going to be amazed at how much they ask for seconds. The key to this is using vegetables from your garden or the closest fresh market you can find and combining them with fresh meat of your choice. Today we're using Italian sausage. This is an organic sausage, pork sausage from Longini in Connecticut. It's a wonderful sausage, wonderfully made, very well seasoned. It's a very classic dish, especially for families. It's not a high-end, it's not a Michelin star dish at all. It tastes wonderful, and we're gonna get started right away. And by starting to cut our vegetables, we're going to split the zucchini and the yellow squash and the green pepper. This part here you don't want, so we're gonna take it out, we're gonna scoop it out, and just simply throw that away. Take any extra seeds out. You don't really need the seeds or want the seeds. And there you have it. So we're going to do the same over here. And then we're going to take our yellow onion. We're going to take the bottoms and tops off. And we'll cut that right down the middle. We'll take the outer layer off. And then you'll see many onions, they have this interior part that is a little bit stronger tasting that I really don't like, so I usually take that out. But you can just pry it out with your knife tip, and I get rid of that because it's kind of a foul tasting part of the onion. I just don't like it at all. And we'll take this. This is another half onion I have that we're actually going to stuff. We're going to take the petals off like this. Just open it up and just simply take them out. It's very easy. Just take that out, and we're going to stuff the mixture into these onions as well. And it's going to make a wonderful, it's actually one of my favorite parts of this dish. So we're going to take a few more petals to have maybe 4, but then the rest of them we're going to dice, because we need to have a little bit of a dice. We want to have a little bit of a diced onion to saute first. So we're going to chop this into the fine, not super fine, but medium fine dice. And if you have it at the end like that, you can just turn it down so you don't worry about cutting your fingers. What you want to do is take a sharp tip knife and go around and make your oval indentation around the zucchini. Go in, undercut it a little bit, and you can hear it pop out. There you go. And so next, we'll use a little bit of a spoon tip, and we'll just scrape out more. Now you have the perfect vessel for your sausage stuffing. And we'll keep doing this with all the vegetables. The remaining vegetables. We'll chop them coarsely. Now we have our tomato, and we'll go around. You don't want to go in because you're going to be stuffing, so you want to go towards the outside. Go all the way around, and then go in and kind of sever the bottom, the middle part, take it out, and then you'll want to use your spoon again to scrape this inner part of the tomato out, and just add it to your vegetable mix. This is all going to be sauteed. It's going to be wonderful flavor for the stuffing. And you don't want to leave a lot of the wet behind. You want the wet material behind. You want to get that out so that your vegetables can cook nicely and it won't be watery. So now we have this hollowed out. We have the zucchini hollowed out. We'll do the yellow squash next. Now you want it to be a little bit thin so that it cooks easily. You don't want it to be really thick because it might be in the oven for 30 minutes and never really tenderize. So you want to make the walls just about 1/4 of an inch to 1/3 of an inch, but not a 1/2 inch. And so I'm going to do the same with the other half of the yellow squash. Take it out, go into the center, pop it out, very easy. Take your spoon tip, hollow it out a little more so that you're not waiting forever for the vegetable to cook. And we're going to chop up our vegetables that we just took out from all the innards from all the vegetables we just took out. And we'll chop with the garlic. About 2 cloves for this dish. And there we have it. We have everything together: the onion, the zucchini, the yellow squash, the tomato, and the garlic. And we're ready to go. So we'll get our pan hot, and while we wait for that to get hot, we'll have our olive oil ready. I have some extra virgin olive oil from Greece, which is just a fantastic quality for calamari from the island of Crete. It's my favorite olive oil. It's what we've served in our restaurant since 2015. So now that our pan is hot, we're going to put some extra virgin olive oil in. You see it's nice and hot. And then we're going to put our sausage in. And we'll simply break that up. And once it gets caramelized and starts getting a little bit seared and get the Maillard reaction, you can go ahead and add your vegetables. So we have them here. We're going to use a bench scraper and scrape up everything in a couple of moves. These are great to have for cooking at home because you can pick up, or in a professional environment as we do, you can pick them, all the ingredients up really quickly, get them into your pan so you don't have to do 20 repetitive motions to get the ingredients in the pan. So we're going to sit here and break everything up to get maximum caramelization and get everything in contact with the pan so that it can do its job, the heat can do its job and break everything down, get the vegetables moist. You don't want hard vegetables going into your stuffed vegetables. You want to make sure they're nice and tender before we stuff the vegetables. And right now we're going to let that turn to simmer, and we're going to take our sheet pan and we're going to actually put our vegetables on it and get them in the oven. This is a key step, so you don't put the stuffing in to the vegetable while it's raw. You want to put it into an already tender vegetable. So we're going to get everything in here, including our onion petals, which really are my favorite actually. And so followed probably by the zucchini. But now we have a nice little medley of vegetables. We're going to drizzle these with olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, and a little sea salt. So just go up high and just shower very gently. Make sure it gets well distributed. And we'll do a little bit of fresh ground pepper as well. And we'll simply just get this in the oven at about 400 degrees for about 10 minutes. So now that we're waiting for the vegetables to cook in the oven, we're going to chop our parsley. Just going to run through it a few times. We're looking for like a medium chop. It doesn't have to be super fine. It doesn't, but it is. You probably don't want it to be really large pieces of parsley. So just something that can meld in with the dish and provide some nice color and texture and flavor. But it doesn't have to be super fine. It could just be about like this. And there we are. Tomato sauce. We have our sugo de pomodoro. And we'll just get it warm to provide the base for the vegetables. We'll get that on. This is already prepared. It's already partially cooked. The meat is. You don't have to actually do this. Many people put it in raw, but we're already pre-cooking the vegetables to make it a little easier and a little safer, to make sure that your meat is completely cooked before you serve it to your children. So many times you can put it in completely raw with raw vegetables or with pre-cooked vegetables, but in this case today we're going to do it completely cooked, and then we're going to stuff it, and then the cooking time will actually be a bit shorter because everything will already be cooked. You're going to top it with a little Parmesan cheese and breadcrumbs and parsley, and then it's really going to be super safe and really delicious. And it's going to cook in like 10 minutes versus 30 minutes. So we're going to check our vegetables and see where they're at. They're doing quite well. There you can see the olive oil sizzling. I can tell they're tender. You can take your knife and just kind of poke into them. They're very tender. So they're perfect for stuffing right now. So now we're going to set that off to the side. And we'll take our sausage mixture and we'll add our rice to it. We'll mix that in. We'll add a lot of our parsley, a good handful, maybe 1/8 of a cup. And we'll simply mix that all in. Now that it's well mixed, we'll simply stuff our vegetables and prepare to get them in the oven. The tomato sauce is nice and warm, so we're going to stuff this. Stuff these vegetables. This is actually a fun part that you could actually get your kids to do. It's actually something that my kids did a lot when we were raising them as young children. They would love to get in there and stuff these vegetables, put them in there. Many kids are very excited about making their own dishes, and you can help them along with this. And it's so tasty. They love it. I mean, it's a really amazing, well-liked dish. And if a little stuffing falls out, it's no big deal. You just eat it up. It's delicious. Be nice and crispy. Nothing to worry about. Everything's good here. And now, we'll simply put a little Parmesan Reggiano, which is just a delicious accompaniment to this dish, shower directly over the cheese, directly over the vegetables. And lastly, just a little bit of panko crumbs to have a little crispiness. You're not putting much. I'm probably not even going to use a 1/4 cup. I just have this here to shower the vegetables with a little bit of these panko crumbs to give it a little crispiness. And then we'll just move these out so they're not touching. And you can get a more even heat distribution amongst all the vegetables. Then we'll go ahead and put a little more panko again. And lastly, we'll put a little bit of extra virgin olive oil drizzled over the top. And we'll put it in the oven. I have it about 400 degrees. I'm thinking that 10 minutes should be perfect because everything is pre-cooked. And it should just be lovely when we plate it up. So here we go, 10 minutes. Well, now that it's been about 10 minutes at 400 degrees in the oven, we're going to check our vegetables. And they're doing just fantastic. They're ready to plate. We have our nice, beautiful, hot sugo de pomodoro. So now we're going to put a little of our tomato sauce on the plate, as you would do at your home or restaurant. And then we'll choose 2 of the nicest looking vegetables. Maybe this nice green pepper. Maybe a yellow. And let's finish off with a little onion. And look at the lovely colors. You have the yellow squash, you have the green bell pepper, you have the white onion, filled with that wonderful mixture. And to gild the lily, we're going to put just a little more Parmesan. We're just going to grate it on with our microplane right over the top. Not too much cheese, just enough to enhance the dish. And look at the beauty of that dish. Who wouldn't love this dish? It's such a beautiful dish. I can't wait to dig in. What I'm enjoying with tonight with this lovely dish is a Syrah from the Northern Rhone. It's a La Vigne d'à Côté from Yves Quiron et Chavanais. And it's just a delightful, fruity Syrah from Northern Rhone with notes of blackcurrant and herbs. It's just a lovely dish with this dish. And again, while your kids are eating this dish, you could enjoy this dish and survive the day, I hope. Bon appetit, and follow our instructions and you can make this at home. An absolutely wonderful dish you won't regret making over and over again. If you like this video, please like and subscribe and leave a comment if you want us to do any dishes that you would like to see. And bon appetit again. Enjoy.